Let's talk about education today. My research question is, what is the impact of COVID-19 on an art facilitator in today's age of technology, global online classrooms, and virtual learning platforms, in comparison of a physically confined walled space in context of higher education, art institutions of Lahore, Pakistan? What I believe what's happening in higher education of our country is, it's like a money-making factory which is mass producing inequality. Real life examples: Oxford graduate right now in London, he's homeless. Degree doesn't guarantee a job, does it? Classroom, I feel like it's a prison, it's a closed space. Art is not bound to be restricted in a walled space to learn or to teach, is it? Education is just a signal to the employers that they will comply to their orders. Is education a validity for beneficial behavior for society? Question mark. Tendencies towards criminal activities. For example, if someone is educated like he has a master's, is it necessary that he is a benefit towards society, like he is not into criminal activities, he cannot be a murderer, he cannot rob, he cannot steal? Does it make sense? We need a lot less education, lot less formal education, and less schooling, I believe. Productivity is independent of education, because productivity means making money, be it business, entrepreneurship, or labor market. You don't need a formal education to make money. Then, is it a waste of money and time then? There's a book called The Case Against Education by Brian Kaplan. He talks about how the parents of the children micromanage everything, from classwork to friendships. For these parents, I have a simple answer: please stop doing that. Instead of trusting their kids with choices, they interfere in every decision, in every choice they make towards what major they want to study, what they want to become in life, so on and so forth. I've come to believe that most academic success is based on our need for respect and belonging. We need to belong to a certain circle, social circle, where we are highly appreciated, highly respected, and we have a certain status. So, but that's true. Education acts as a credential for greater ability, no doubt about it. Most of what schools teach has no value in the labor market. Just as I told you before, students fail to learn most of what they are taught. Because in what happens in a classroom is, if any student has no interest in learning, he still has to learn to pass that course to get an A, because it's the degree that matters. It's the degree that they are for in the college in the first place. And that degree matters to future employees, not the content of the courses. Is it a degree tool to measure a personality? For example, I talk about the criminal activities. Is it a validity for a person's personality. Students do learn some useful skills, but most of the process is enormously wasteful shifting of resources from one group to another. I believe our obsession with academic success is toxic both for individuals and society, because academic credentials are a pervasive currency necessary for gaining acceptance in a culture that believes they have a real value. But inflation is rendering them less and less valuable, requiring more and more education for those who want to distinguish themselves from those below. And that's part of the problem. It is incredibly inefficient and oppressive system for transferring real knowledge and skills that monopolizes our lives with counterproductive behavioral conditioning and questionable moral assumptions. It is a compulsory system in which each of us is working to raise our status relative to the whole, as division and inequality woven into its very fabric. I know a lot of people, a lot of great number of STEM trained students do not end up working in a STEM related fields. They just want bright people who have demonstrated their ability to apply themselves, keep on task, do what is expected, comply, take orders from superiors, and operate successfully in an environment which might be dull, soporific, and tedious. When we teach in the hopes of reaching 3 or 4 students in a class, knowing that the others are not interested in the material and they will make no future use of the material. Most of the times what happens is, not every graduate lands a successful job, or they end up practicing what they have learned in the college. So everyone knows that college grads earn a lot more than high school grads. But why is the case? Why is this? Does it mean the higher education student know better than the college grad? Both have different traits, different personalities, different talents. We cannot measure success of a talent or a personality just because they have higher education.